What in the world would make the entire board, no, I'm talking the entire board of 23andMe completely jump ship last year? All of them. That's odd. It's almost just as odd as the Rh negative bloodline not even being discovered until 1937. Yeah, that's strange too. But not as strange as old Satan himself and even science having to say, even despite our best efforts, all of our work and all of our attempts to find it, we still, no, we just plain out haven't. We cannot find the origin of those with Rh negative, but we can say their origin is not from here, not of Earth. Seems like an awful lot of weird things going on there with that old Rh negative factor. Couple that with the 23andMe board completely jumping ship, well, it does seem as though something is amiss with those of us with Rh negative blood. That's not even discussing the fact that science has also proven, and if you are much like myself, one with Rh negative blood, you can attest most often you have at least a few of these things in common, just as science has also explained. You see, those with Rh negative blood, we have this beautiful large forehead head. Yeah, and it's actually become one of my favorite things. I would also assume that a large forehead would be necessary to house a large brain, because it seems those with Rh negative blood, much like myself, have genius or higher IQs. Our eyes change colors from green to blue and sometimes gray, and it's a very strange coincidence just how many of those with Rh negative blood were a part of the GATE program, GT, Gifted and Talented, which I also found very strange. They looked for one other thing on us, a scar on our forehead. My scar, well, just recently I've explained and discovered what that scar is part of. But another thing that those of us with Rh negative blood have that other regular people do not, the ability to see beyond the veil. As somebody who had been a psychic clairvoyant medium my entire life since the age of 4, be able to see beyond the veil and see and speak with spirits, please do not ask me for a reading. I denounced that in 2022 when I was born again. Every single day of my life, though, I have been a Christian. But I always thought that gift and ability was a gift from Yah, and that's why I never once charged for my reading. Never, ever once, and I was good. But along seeing beyond the veil, we've also got other abilities. Abilities that humans were never intended to have and never given. These are the types of gifts that are only given to the celestial entities. Gifts of remote viewing, psychic premonitions, aka discernment through the Holy Spirit, telekinesis. Did I already say remote viewing? Visions, prophetic dreams, and even healing. Those with Rh negative blood, well, those are the gifts that many of us have. So what is it that Satan was trying so desperately through 23andMe and Ancestry to discover? Well, apparently I've got the whole internet abuzz about that, but that's okay. Hey, at least I got him talking about Yah. And trust and believe, this is not the first time I've had people all abuzz with something that I have talked about. And for the majority of those things, all of those things I have talked about and had the internet abuzz on, well, they've since been all proven true. Aliens, a certain president's birth certificate, a firmament, flat earth, Oh, that thing in 2020 when I said, no, it's probably not a good idea to get that. And I did not. All of the things that I have known only through one way, my father. Well, this is just the latest, so I'll just sit back and watch. But obviously Satan is looking for something when it comes to people's DNA. And as somebody who was in the GATE program and Rh negative myself, trust me, they've been looking for this a lot longer than just the 23andMe. But as I like to let other people learn on their own, I will throw this little nugget out there for a certain specific friend of mine here on this app, because Yah said it right there in the Bible. Jeremiah 31:27-30. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah, hang on to your britches, with the seed of man and with the seed of beast. And it shall come to pass like as I have watched over them, aka the Nephilim. You're going to need to break out the book of Enoch, or do you even have that one? You know who I'm talking to. That like I have watched over them, to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict. Yeah, that's the Nephilim. So will I watch over them to build, to plant, saith the Lord, the big guy upstairs, your father and mine. And in those days they shall say no more that the fathers have eaten a sour grape and the children's teeth are set on edge, just like they saith about the Nephilim. Well, no longer will that be. Why? Because Yeshua will die on the cross. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. I'm sorry, wasn't Yeshua the lion of the house of... Oh, that's right, Judah. And once you understand that Israel is not that land that they're talking about here on earth, but it is far more spiritual than just that, well, then maybe it'll get to be a little bit easier for you to discern. Well, no, maybe not for you, but to figure out that in those days, just like he said, he will mix the seed of the house of Judah, the same house that Yeshua was a part of, and the house of Israel. I'm going to let you figure that part out yourself. With the seed of man and with the seed of beast. And unlike the Nephilim, spoiler, no, I'm not even going to give you that. Unlike the Nephilim that he'd been watched to break down, destroy, afflict, destroy, cause war, oppress, no longer will it be that, because the house that he sows with seed and beast, he shall watch, plant up, and build, saith the Lord. All grace and glory be to Yah. Satan's sure looking pretty hard for something, or someone, or someone's. Now isn't he? Why do you suppose he'd do that?